And I'd like to remind everybody here that Biden won, and it really was very costly for Fox, after they repeated a lot of the lies that Trump had after he lost.
It was an epic put-down of Fox News Channel on Fox News.
Senator, wow.
Wow. Anchor Bill Hemmer might have been caught off guard by Democratic Senator John Fetterman's reference to the $787 million Fox News lawsuit payout. But Fetterman did not stop there. The senator also turned the tables on Fox News questions about President Biden and brought up Donald Trump's Project 2025.
Situation. Let's just focus on where we're at. It's going to be a close race here. And now I'm concerned, and I think Trump is about Project 25. What's more about this, and why did he want to run away from that? It seems like it's the kind of election that we have that we have things more to be talking about, that whether these kinds of questions and that. What about Project 25?
There is fearlessness, and then there's Democratic Senator John Fetterman. More on him in a moment. First, Project 2025 is a plan by Donald Trump's conservative supporters to dismantle the federal government starting on day one of the next possible Trump presidency. It has been written by the Conservative Heritage Foundation and fueled by former Trump administration officials. As the Associated Press reports, with the nearly 1,000-page Project 2025 handbook and an army of Americans, the idea is to have the civic infrastructure in place on day one to commandeer, reshape, and do away with what Republicans deride as the deep state bureaucracy, in part by firing as many as 50,000 federal workers. On top of firing those workers, Project 2025 calls for rounding up millions of undocumented migrants and putting them in prison-like camps, ending the Affordable Health Care Act, slashing money that's being spent on research for renewable energy, abolishing the Federal Reserve, giving wealthy Americans more tax cuts, and expanding presidential power so Donald Trump could do all of this and more without approval or help from Congress. It is, to put it mildly, an extreme conservative wish list on steroids. It has also become exceptionally controversial. The head of the Heritage Foundation seemed to acknowledge that recently when he made this ominous threat.
In spite of all this nonsense from the left, we are going to win. We're in the process of taking this country back. We are in the process of the Second American Revolution, which will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be.
A revolution that will be nonviolent, but only if the left rolls over without a peep. Well, Project 2025 polls horrendously for Donald Trump. Moderate and independent voters hate the plan and see the plan as part of the extremism that many people already fear with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump recently tried to distance himself from Project 2025. In a post on Truth Social, Trump wrote, "I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who is behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them." Well, that is what you call damage control. And Donald Trump has been known to mix in lies to try and help himself get out of a jam. Well, given the number of former Trump administration officials involved in Project 2025, it seems crazy to think Donald Trump did not know about it. It also seems clear that Trump is only criticizing it now for political expediency. Now, there is also political expediency on the left, although it usually doesn't involve lying. Some Democrats are genuinely fearful now that President Biden is the weakest Democrat to take on Donald Trump in November. And Fox News highlighted one of those Democrats while questioning Senator Fetterman. And for context, remember, John Fetterman had an awful debate in his Senate campaign a few years ago, but still managed to win the seat.
But here's former Representative Tim Ryan. It represents a pretty interesting piece of the Democratic coalition with blue-collar workers. Watch him here.
I'm here in Ohio, you can't go to a coffee shop, you can't go to a bar, you can't go to a soccer game where people aren't talking about this in a negative sense. And so that reality is there. And I think, it's important to be loyal, but part of being loyal is being honest. And I think we have to be honest to each other of just how difficult of a situation this is.
And Senator, when you had your debate, there had already been 700,000 ballots sent in, and so the timing was certainly different as well. So two questions. One, do you concede that? And two, do you wish, if you could go back, do you wish and do you think that the Biden should be as forthcoming as possible about the health challenges that the president has?
Well, first, let me say that I'm not sure who really gives a shit what Tim Ryan thinks about the situation. You know, I know it says former, so he's not really a part of it in that conversation right now. And also from this situation, let's just focus on where we're at. It's going to be a close race here. And now I'm concerned, and I think Trump is about Project 25.
Right back to Trump and Project 2025. And Fetterman also put Fox News on blast on Fox News. John Fetterman is not exactly a favorite of progressives, given his foreign policy views. However, Fetterman is establishing himself as one of the toughest and most compelling Democrats in politics. And he is single-handedly perhaps keeping President Biden's campaign hopes alive by shaming Democrats as weak-kneed bedwetters, as Fetterman simultaneously pummels Republicans. There are many Democrats who may not know for sure if Joe Biden is the best option to beat Donald Trump, but John Fetterman's total confidence in Biden is pushing the scales in Biden's favor, and that matters, especially when Fetterman is proving how to dismantle Fox News anchors to their face on Fox News. By the way, Donald Trump seems to be in an especially foul mood these days. The Trump explosions have been intense even by Trump standards, so what gives? Donald Trump is leading in the polls and Democrats are in disarray over Biden. So why is Donald Trump in such a foul mood? Several Trump associates point to this. Judge orders surprise release of Epstein transcripts. And Donald Trump appears in Epstein document dump.
Donald Trump's name appears again and again and again and again in the new document dump that just took place of the grand jury documents relating to criminal proceedings against Jeffrey Epstein.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Jamie Parker, who wrote, "A civilly convicted rapist is also a pedophile. Who would have thought that could happen?" I hear you. I look forward to reading your comments about Fox News getting put on blast on Fox News. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.